it up now?
Yeah, and then you'll tilt it 1 second.
Is that good? Can you see yourself?
My way over here to do some things, so you have to move it. I don't want to go. Okay, it's time to move.
Good evening, Salem. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. Thank you for joining us. We will get started very shortly. I just want to give you guys some time to come on in and join us. This evening we'll be doing a cooking demonstration, so I'm really excited about this. Hope everyone's had dinner before joining us. If not, you're going to be really hungry after this.
Yeah, how do I do that? I'm gonna stop alerts on my phone.
Oh, okay. Go to settings. Should be. We're gonna give it a few more minutes and then we will get started.
All right.
All righty, well, I think it's about time to get started. So thank you everyone for joining us. Welcome again to Wellness Wednesday. I'm super excited about this edition. This evening, we will have Mr. Boxhill giving us a sweet and savory keto-friendly meal. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to him. I'm really excited about one of the treats. It is a cinnamon roll, right?
That's right.
So make sure you have your pen and paper. And if you have any questions about these recipes, feel free to send them through the chat. And I'll go ahead and ask him the questions for you all. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Paulette. Yeah, for the recipes of this event, since these are not my recipes, I'm not going to give you the exact amounts. I'm going to give you the sites where you can go check them out. The first one we're going to do is a fathead pizza dough. I know a lot of folks are familiar with cauliflower pizza and the crust made with cauliflower. This is another alternative. Instead of using cauliflower, you're going to use mozzarella cheese, almond flour, and egg and seasoning. So we'll start that first. And we're going to make really what's called like a California style pizza. So barbecue chicken type California pizza. And then we'll do some pull apart cinnamon rolls. So get started first with the ingredients. What you need is, as I said, almond flour. You're going to need some mozzarella cheese and some cream cheese and an egg. It's fairly simple and fairly straightforward. You take your almond flour and you want to make sure that you get the blanched almond flour and it's sifted. If you get the one that has the husk on, it actually has a brown color to it. You don't want to use that one. You want to make sure that you use one that is the sifted blanched flour. You're going to take it and you're going to take your mozzarella cheese and your cream cheese. And again, for the exact measurements, you're going to go to ditchthecarbs.com and they'll give you the measurements for exactly what you need. Since that's their recipes, want to make sure that you follow what they're saying. And once you put that in your bowl, you just want to mix it up a little bit. you're going to chop it up a little bit, make sure that the cheese starts to integrate with the almond flour. The other thing that you can do at this point in time is to add your seasonings. And since we're doing a pizza, we're going to give it a little bit of Italian seasoning. You just shake a little bit of Italian seasoning inside of your dough. And again, you're just mixing it up. Now, because this fathead pizza dough is oftentimes called the holy grail of keto cooking, you can actually make sweet desserts with it. There are folks who make like a Danish, and you'll see that it actually starts to look like a dough, even though you're not using traditional flour. So you're going to take it, you're going to mix it as well as you can. And then what you're going to do, make sure you scrape off so you get it all in here. Next, what we're going to do is microwave this. You're going to go to your home microwave, you're going to put it in, and you're going to cook it for just 1 minute. As that begins to cook, the cheeses begin to melt and they start to integrate with each other. I'm going to get the spoon as that's doing that. Now, one of the things I found is you need a sturdy spatula or wooden spoon when you start the integration of this. So high for 1 minute. You got to be careful with different microwaves. Some of them have higher wattage than others, and so you don't want to burn it, so you want to watch it. I'm at the church, so we've got a commercial grade microwave. So it has a little bit more power than what you may have in your home kitchen, but it should be okay. I'm watching it. And once it cooks, you begin to see it's starting to melt. You see it coming together? This is when you want to make sure that you give it a stir. Try to make sure where you got those dry get real lumpy. Again, that's why I say you need a sturdy wooden spoon or a strong spatula just to get it mixed in. That's pretty melted, but we're going to actually put it in for just a little while longer. And again, if you see your microwave and it doesn't look like this, okay, just try it again, put it in for 15-second increments. We're going to do this again for 30 seconds. Still on high. Again, just allowing it to integrate a little bit more so that the cheese and the almond flour and the seasonings all get joined together. Now, unlike cauliflower pizza dough, where you're going to either grate or use a food processor, again, you're using cheese and almond flour. So if you have a nut allergy or if you have some type of reaction to dairy, this may not be the option for you. But if you don't, it's one that works very well. So there again, you see the dough, and it's really coming together pretty easy. Now, the next thing you're going to add is going to be some egg. So let's go over to the other deck. You're just going to take 1 egg and add it to your dough. The egg provides a little more body to the dough. And again, you want to get it integrated as much as you possibly can. This takes just a minute. was telling Paulette, I've been doing keto low carb for about 4 years. And when I first did it, didn't seem to me like there were a lot of options, but now there are all kind of options that are out there for you. I even see people do meal planning services and you can order it online, but there's no need to do that. You can make all this stuff for yourself. You save money with it and you control what's in it. You make sure there's no bad things in your diet. So you see the dough has come together very well. The egg is integrated. It's all together. And that's done. Now what you're going to do is you need to roll it out to get in a pizza shape. What I do is just take parchment paper. And on the parchment paper, just spray it. Now this product is not necessarily a keto product. You could use coconut oil or other types of fat, but I use it just so that the dough doesn't stick to the parchment paper. Take the dough out. And what I found works well, instead of a rolling pin, are your hands. And so all you're doing is using your hand to mold it into whatever shape you want it to be in. You can test the thickness of it. You can look at it. You can see it. You can see the integrated of the spices are in there. So got oregano and other seasonings with it. Again, you can turn it. You can make whatever shape pizza you want. You can make small individual pizzas. And actually, I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to just do one. Give you a couple of different options that you can do. So again, you roll out your dough. You can see that it's there. You can feel the thickness of it. Heavier on one side, just flatten it out. All right. And there's your dough. What you want to do before you bake it is you want to prick the dough. You could use a fork, you can use a knife. And what's going to happen is, as this rises, you want to make sure there aren't any bubbles in it. And so this pricking process allows for those air gaps to be in there. It makes it pretty steady. So now what we're going to do is put on a baking sheet. And stick it in the oven. That's simple. You're going to bake this. I typically do it at about 350, 375, again, depending upon your oven. Some people I know put it at about 400 degrees, but about 350, 375 works. So we'll put this in the oven. I'm just going to set the timer for about 10 minutes. All right. So that's going to be the savory portion of our meal. And what you're going to do once it comes out, we're going to put on various toppings on it. Now, this is where you want to make sure that, again, you're maintaining your keto. So you can do certainly pepperoni, pizza sauce. With a California style pizza, which I do, I actually am using a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I've got some chicken breasts that I had cut up. I've got some onions, bacon bits, cheese. So we'll let you see as we get forward and move forward with that process. Next, what we're going to do is get started with the sweet portion. Now, the sweet portion is some pull-apart cinnamon rolls. I'm a person who likes sweets. It's one of my triggers, so I have to watch it. I don't want to have too many of them. But it used to be that I would eat sweets all day long. This is a way that you can make something that you can have available for yourself. And it's, again, fairly simple. Now, there are some different products that I use with this. And so real quickly, we'll run through them. One is almond flour. Again, you can pick this up at any grocery store, at some of the large box stores, you can find them. Another product that I use, have to use this recipe, is something that's called oat fiber. Now, this I have to get online. You can go to Amazon and get oat fiber. It provides texture for what you're going to make and give you that dough, that reddish type feel in your mouth. Baking soda, yeast. Pretty hard to find yeast now because a lot of folks, as they were home, they're doing a lot of baking. And actually, even though we're doing a keto piece, I am going to use about a quarter teaspoon of sugar because the yeast actually needs sugar to be active. And then cinnamon and some sugar replacement. So we're going to get first started mixing up the dough. I have my bowl here. And again, it uses another product that we had earlier, which was mozzarella cheese. So you're going to take the mozzarella cheese, put it in your bowl. This is the almond flour. Mix that in with it. In here is the oat fiber, as well as the baking powder. Mix that together with it. And then the other thing, again, is our good old friend cream cheese. So again, if you have dairy issues, this may not be the best one for you. The other piece that you add into it is a sugar substitute, granulated sugar. Once you've got
Mr.
those
Marshall, is it about how much are you putting in? Is it about a cup or a cup and a half?
Again, I'm not going to give you the exact recipes, but I'm going to tell you to go to Dr. Christy Sullivan. It's called Keto Gatherings, and she gives you the exact recipe. But yeah, as you look at it, again, you're just going to add all those ingredients. But again, it's not my recipe, so I don't want to put it out there like I created this.
And I mean, how we cook, it's about your heart and what you feel, the amount you want to put in. So.
Exactly. All right, so now what we got to do is we're going to use a hand mixer and mix this up. So we're going to go on this side where the hand mixer is at. And again, what you want to do is start to integrate the cheese, the cream cheese, the almond flour, the sugar substitute, the baking powder, and then get this mixed up. One of the other things that you got to do is we're going to add actually yeast to this. So I've got that flour mixed up. So now I'm going to take that yeast that we got earlier and we're going to activate it. To activate the yeast, you put your yeast in a bowl and then you're going to add 2 tablespoons of hot water to it. Yeast is a live organism. Now, what you add to the yeast to make it activated is going to be a little sugar. Take 2 tablespoons of water. Turn that down a little bit. And then I'm going to feed the yeast. And I'm feeding the yeast by adding about a quarter teaspoon of sugar. you can see, again, the yeast is a living organism. It's what gives that bread smell and taste. So you want to allow that to sit and feed for a minute. Now we're doing that, we're going to check on that pizza crust. Here is the pizza crust. It's not been a full 10 minutes. This is in a convection oven, so it's cooking a little faster. You can see that it's got part of a rise. Again, it's starting to brown. That's the cheese in it. And again, it's getting a little warm. So let's leave it in for just a couple more minutes as that yeast continues to activate, and then we'll come and we'll add the toppings. That's what it's going to look like as it cooks. Now what we're going to do is add the egg to this mixture. Adding your egg inside of your dough mixture. Again, this is going to be for the cinnamon roll. Always best to have your eggs at high temperature. What you're trying to do is make sure you get integrated the cream cheese, the almond flour, the egg, so that again begins to form a dough mixture. That's one of the classic pieces with it. And then what we're going to do is add the yeast to this mixture. This hasn't fully activated all the way, but you can see the bubbles beginning to form. That's the yeast eating the sugar. So allow that to happen for just a couple more minutes as it foams up. And what we'll get started on is getting started with prepping for the topping. But one of the things we have to do, you're going to take butter, and you're going to melt it in a 9-inch pan. So this is a 9-inch cake pan. All we need to do is just melt this down. Let's get this into the oven. Pizza crust is done. You can take a look at it. Again, there's the crust. You can see where it's browned up and it's turned out pretty nice. At this time, what I typically do is allow it to rest just for a minute, but then you can go ahead and add your various toppings on it. So what I'm going to do, let me turn that off. Is with this one, I'm going to do kind of a half and half pizza. Let's do a half with a traditional pizza sauce. Add on your pizza sauce to it. And just begin to spread it. Over top of your pizza and over the crust. And again, depending upon how much sauce you add, you got to watch it. Again, to remain low carb and keto, you got to watch the amount of sauce, because even though it's low in carbohydrates, it's not carbohydrate free. So just a little more. All right. On the other half, we're going to make it a California style barbecue chicken pizza. I'm going to take sugar-free barbecue sauce. Now, there are recipes to make your own sugar-free barbecue sauce. Again, watching the amount that you're using. Again, you can tailor this to your own needs, your own taste. Spread it on here. It's fairly simple. Then once you've done that, then you want to add your various toppings. Now again, depending upon what you're going to do, I'm going to do one that's just a regular traditional Italian style pizza, which has got mozzarella cheese and pepperoni on it. If you want to have something that has other kind of meats, it's a quick way to clean out your refrigerator. If you got leftover sausage or leftover beef or brisket, whatever you got, you can add that to it fairly simple. Again, that's just mozzarella cheese. On the California style pizza, we're going to add a shredded blend. Sprinkle that on all. Don't want to make it too heavy, too much on top. And then on this one, let's finish with the California style. We're adding some chicken. I have some chicken left over. Just put a little bit of barbecue sauce on it. Again, it's sugar-free. And then I'm gonna sprinkle that on one half of the pizza. Again, nice, easy way to get rid of leftovers, whatever you got in the refrigerator in the kitchen. Makes it simple. Again, the traditional California style. We'll also use some caramelized onions. I didn't use red onions, I used white onions. You gotta watch white onions. They can be a little carby, so you gotta watch that. Don't want to add too much. Caramelizing is really pulling the sugars out of it. Again, that's the sugars, not pulling it out of it, you're just caramelizing the sugar. Let's say we're gonna add about a quarter of an onion. You're not gonna eat the whole thing, but this gives you some options. A little bit more. And then for your traditional Italian, just add pepperoni to it. Again, if you want pepperoni and sausage, you could add that. You could add green peppers. You could add broccoli. You could add whatever it is that you like, that you've got. And add it to your pizza. Like a lot of toppings, like little, whatever floats your boat. Let's do a few more slices of pepperoni. Now the only other thing is just lightly sprinkle a little bit more barbecue sauce on the California barbecue chicken style, just to give it another kick flavor. Then we're gonna stick this back in the oven just to get it hot. Let's go. By that side, our butter has melted for our cinnamon roll. Almost made a brown butter, but that's all right. Brown butter has a good flavor. Take that and set it down and let it cool. Then what we're going to do is go back to our dough. Now, let me get so. And what you're going to do is now integrate the yeast into your recipe. So you're pouring your yeast into your dough. And again, as a living organism, you gotta be careful. You want to start to integrate this lightly. Don't do it too heavy because again, you don't want to kill the yeast. But you want to get that integrated into all the dough. Folding it over. Getting it there. There, it's all integrated in. Then what you're going to do, again, take a sugar substitute. Now there are white sugar substitutes and there are brown sugar substitutes. I happen to use these two products, but there are lots of different products out there. But I'm using this brown sugar substitute right now and some cinnamon. And I'm just going to mix this together. Integrate the cinnamon into the brown sugar. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take some of that dough and roll it into little balls. And that's going to make it so that we've got our pull-apart cinnamon rolls. So this is where the flavor is going to come from. This along with the butter. I haven't been using a scoop. That's what I'm going to scoop out the dough with. And then I'm going to roll it in. So here's your dough. There's your sugar and cinnamon mixture. Get a scoop of it. You want about 20 scoops. Just going to drop one in. And once you drop it in, it's going to coat it with the mixture. And once you've done that, drop it into the pan. Again, take a scoop, drop it in, mix it around, and drop it in the pan. And do this, integrate it. Get it taken care of. You can see if you're a traditional fan of what they used to call monkey bread, or some have gorilla bread. This is very similar. And again, because it's got the yeast in it, you're going to have some of those same flavors, but you could leave the yeast out if you didn't feel if you wanted to do that. You've got baking powder in it, so that's going to give it some lift. But because you use such a small amount of sugar, which again about 1/4 of a teaspoon, and the yeast is using it to be activated, it's not going to make a big difference. But it's your choice. Instead of watching me do this all, do the miracles of cooking. I did do this a little earlier. So let's take a look. First, check on our pizza. Pizza is doing well. I'm going to take it out. Your pizza is done. And after baking the cinnamon rolls, they're done as well. Again, looks like the traditional kind of monkey bread. Now you can put an icing on it. I did the icing a little earlier. Which is just going to be some butter, some cream cheese, some vanilla, and some powdered sugar, some sugar substitute powdered sugar. And gives you a traditional kind of icing. And if you wanted, you could also add nuts to this if you wanted that. But let's show you what this looks like as you kind of pull apart. You can see where it caramelized along the bottom. That's that brown sugar and the sugar substitute. You can look at the texture. Again, that's through the oat fiber and the almond flour. Turned out real well. And tastes pretty good too. All right. All it. That's it.
I think I speak for all of us when I say we wish we were there to be your taste testers.
That's okay. I can tell you it tastes really good.
It looks amazing. Everybody was saying that the pizza is lunch and dinner.
That's right. It works. It works.
Well, we don't have any questions that came through the chat, but we really appreciate you for showing us these keto-friendly, sweet and savory recipes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Paulette. See you later. Bye.